Here, hit record. All right. Well, I'm pleased to be joined by Deanne Erpelding, Managing Director of Gensler's Minneapolis office. Deanne brings over 25 years of experience in leading and building project teams and forging lasting client relationships across the workplace. And Deanne is a graduate of the University of Minnesota with a Bachelor of Science in Interior Design and is a certified interior designer in the state of Minnesota, among other things. Uh, so thank you, Deanne, for joining us. How are you doing today?
Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. I'm pleased to be here and have this opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah, so I gave just a very brief introduction there, but I was wondering if you could just tell us a little bit more about yourself. And you've been in the industry for, like I said,
Mhm.
25 years. And tell us about some of the other roles you've had and
Sure.
how you kind of your journey from where you started and to where you are now.
Great. Well, yeah, no, be happy to share that. So yes, a graduate from the University of Minnesota in interior design. And upon graduating at the U, I've been just very blessed and fortunate to have a great opportunity for my first job out of college, which was at a firm called KKE Architects. Who is now been acquired, but that really was the foundation to my career journey. There, I had a tremendous amount of mentors and people who truly inspired me to do different things, and then the opportunity to just really dive deep into projects, not necessarily be on the peripheral as someone coming into the profession, and then an opportunity to work on a variety of projects. So everything from workplace to hospitality to senior living to K through 12 education. It was just a tremendous opportunity, but that is where I really found my passion for the workplace sector. And then from there, I've had great opportunities to work at a variety of firms, both large and small. I even within my career journey took a small 3-year stint at a design build company and did some time at Ryan Companies, which was also a wonderful experience where you're really holistically looking at the full evolution of this profession, from development to design to construction to real estate management and capital markets. Most recently, I was at Nelson, another very large firm, and the role I held there was I led the central region for the firm, in addition to a national practice leader. And really what brought me to Gensler, and in this role, which I've been at Gensler now for a little over a year, very focused on the Minneapolis market, but then still united and working collectively within our North Central region and within our firm all over. But it is focused on the Minneapolis market in this office. And then, of course, my passion and specialty still being able to bring that to life in the workplace sector, which is really large. You know, when you look at workplace, it's working with consumer good clients, professional services, financial services, and then also with landlords, and doing a lot right now with landlord services and repositioning for assets.
Yeah, the workplace sector is pretty interesting now. With tell us about that a little bit, a little more about some of the trends you're seeing there.
Absolutely. Honestly, with all that we've been through over these past few years, there's just more opportunity than ever. And really what we've been through has really positioned to be a catalyst for some significant change. And we still are working with the workplace sector where a lot of our clients are coming to us and not knowing what to do. And, you know, even with us at Gensler, this is an evolution, you know, through our practice area experts, our thought leadership, our research that Gensler is doing, that's really equipping us to continuously look at this. And it allows us to have the ability and opportunity to bring some of these insights to our clients. So a lot has changed. really bringing people to the forefront. I mean, when we look at this, we like to say, you know, people are the new amenity, and a lot of corporate organizations, headquarter clients, and so forth. It's not just looking at a workplace as we did before, where it's space, a little bit maybe more of a quantitative approach on what we need for the future, what's the head count, and all of that. This is now much more holistic. There's a lot of things we need to be thinking about with people at the forefront. How are we designing sustainable solutions that are going to carry us into the future? What does it mean to have people as the new amenity? How are we bringing equity and inclusion into these built environments, and really aligning not only with their mission, goals, culture, but also their, you know, what are their goals around ESG and the future? And these are new things that are coming to the table. Also, a big change, you know, prior, it would maybe be a limited group of stakeholders making decisions. And now it's become much more of a diverse group, bringing all stakeholders to the table, where you're having different representatives beyond the C-suite, but looking at, you know, human resources, marketing, IT, you know, technology in the workplace is ever changing, and how people are using it for different hybrid collaboration modes. Those are definite key items to have input from a variety of stakeholders.
Yeah, and I can see on we're doing a Zoom interview here, and I can see you have a pretty cool looking workplace there. I assume you're in your workplace in the
We are.
Minneapolis.
We
Tell
are.
us about that, and
Yeah.
about your own space there.
Oh, would love to. Would love to. So this is a photograph of our Gensler, Minneapolis office, and we are in the Baker Center, the 12th floor of the 706 building. And Gensler moved in 2019. The space was complete, and it was September 19 when we actually did the whole unveil, and then shortly thereafter, everyone went home because of COVID.
Right.
But ironically, with the team, you know, the whole purpose, you know, we like to call this workplace as a workshop. And it truly is a design studio that fosters a great experience, creativity. It's an intersection for collaboration, creative design thinking, and it has a very, what's not pictured, well, you can kind of see it. It's our front reception. It very much feels like a living room. So with our research during COVID and still current data that we're collecting, ironically, a lot of the foundational design objectives and goals for this project, for our own Gensler Minneapolis space, really fold in nicely to what we're finding in our new research as to what people are looking for in the new workplace. When we look at just overall mental well-being, we have a lot of areas where we can have respite or heads down spaces. We have a lot of biophilia and plants within the environment. All of our windows are operable. So on a beautiful summer day, fall day, we can get that fresh air intake and open up those windows, and just really a place you want to be. And personally for me, since joining Gensler, I have been in the office essentially every day since last September.
Great. So we talked about workplaces. What other types of work does Gensler do?
Well, we do a variety of things. So we did talk about workplace, some key projects that we have going on right now. A real exciting one is we are working with Prudential, and Prudential just signed a lease at the Dayton's project, which we were really proud about that, because the Dayton's project is one that Gensler did with the full transformation and repositioning of that asset. And that was just a wonderful thing, where we're kind of taking, you know, their new workplace strategies and them leaving a suburban location, really wanting to come into an urban location in downtown Minneapolis. But the whole premise for the selection of that particular site was for the amenities and the experience it can offer. So that's one great workplace project that we're working on right now. We're also doing a wonderful ground up wellness facility for the Flandreau Santee Sioux Tribe in South Dakota. And that's just a wonderful ground up building that we're doing that is really embracing the community and really creating great engagement and a great design that really portrays the culture of the Santee Sioux tribe. We also do a lot of community work. We just finished a wonderful project for Big Brothers Big Sisters in North Minneapolis, and that's just a wonderful design. Again, a place that just embraces the community, and just it's a place you really want to be. So those are, you know, it's a variety of different different projects we do. So everything from ground up architecture to designing interior spaces.
Great. And how many people do you have there in your Minneapolis office?
In the Minneapolis office, we have 23 people and growing, which we're really excited about, but 23 at the moment, and it's comprised of both architects and interior designers.
And how many offices does Gensler have?
Yeah,
overall?
we have, well, we have over 50 locations across the world. We're about 7,000 people globally, which is pretty remarkable. But we also believe, you know, in order to be global, you have to be local first. And from my personal experience at a firm like Gensler, I am amazed, you know, it sounds very large, but I am amazed at how connected and together you feel within this constellation of stars here that are at the firm. Every Monday we get on a global call, leaders from around the world. And it's every Monday, and it's a fascinating call to be on. It's where we're sharing insights on what's happening around the world, what clients we're working with, and what's all happening. So very, very globally connected in a real unique way. And that's wonderful because those are some insights that we can bring to our local clients in this market, just what's happening and what we're seeing and what we're learning.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the University of Minnesota, which I attended as well. It's a very large university, but you also have your little groups and places that you're used to going and sort of your familiar little areas. And, you know, it can be intimate as well as being huge, but you have a lot of resources at
The
your
resources,
disposal.
that's just it. I mean, it's like there are just resources everywhere you go. And then in addition to, of course, architecture and design, we also have our in-house, you know, we do workplace strategy, consulting services. We do branding. So, you know, a lot of branding, environmental graphic design. And then outside of that, just with the robust design technology team, we have a digital experience design team. And then we have an office in La Crosse that develops a lot of our proprietary software tools that Gensler uses that we bring to our clients. Things from our workplace performance index. We have a whole platform called WISP that really helps end users sort of manage their real estate, manage their space, and really collect data and analytics on how spaces are being used, which really goes full circle because with the data analytics and metrics, that information allows us to kind of translate that into new design possibilities or solutions. You know, really studying human behavior. Why are some spaces being used more than others? And just kind of this continuum of you know, observing and learning, and then turning that into new solutions and ideas.
Yeah, absolutely. And so can you just to back up a little bit, you said you've been with Gensler about a year now.
Mhm.
Is that right? Is that been as managing director that whole time?
No, it has not. I
Okay.
joined Gensler last September of
Mhm.
2021 as a
Okay.
workplace market leader. So
Okay.
my personal passion is just really being, I have a passion for this market. I was born, raised, I went to school here in this market. I really love our market and area. So this, my role was a workplace market leader focusing in this market, and I stepped into the managing director of Minneapolis on October 1st
Oh,
of this
wow.
year.
So very, very recently.
Mhm.
So what can you talk a little bit about your duties as managing director and kind of your vision for the company?
Yeah. Yeah, well, ultimately I am responsible for our office and everything, with the whole business and design and everything within the office. I am responsible for. My duties are everything from working inwardly with our teams to ensure they're getting the support, tools, and resources they need. And if they're not, I lead that effort to help get them what they need and foster and guide that. Another side of my role as the managing director is really working very closely with our clients, existing clients, and then also prospecting new clients where we can have new partnership opportunities and just learning where some of our service offerings and what we do could be of value and impact to them, their people, and their business. So very engaged with clients, and then I do a lot of connectivity within the profession. So, I'm part of a professional organization, IIDA, it's the International Interior Design Association. So as we look at the betterment and livelihood of the profession of interior design, just being very engaged in those professional organizations as both a mentor, but also, where maybe, new talent coming into the profession can start their career at a firm like Gensler.
Yeah, that's a big topic now in architecture and engineering and as well as so many other professions. Tell us a little bit more about that and kind of your recruiting efforts to bring younger people in.
Yeah. So, well, it's just, it's staying extremely connected. And, I think, it's kind of that saying, you got to be engaged and actually do something. You can't just be part of these organizations and expect that people will come to you. It's really rolling up your sleeves and sort of serving and giving, and really being a resource and of help to people. And for me, I think those are just magical components on how people connect with either a leader, a person, or a company, how you're doing that in a very genuine, authentic way, and just staying connected, being, creating relationships, listening, learning, following through. And it's being where our talent is. So it's kind of a continuum. I mean, it's always staying connected and
Mhm.
learning, because I think right now with people, whether it's talent recruitment or talent retention or working, with our clients, there is, the expectations and needs of people are ever changing, and they're going to continue to evolve. So it's just really staying on top of that.
Yeah, and what is your outlook now for demand services? We're living in kind of interesting times. There's talk of a recession and interest rates being on the rise. Where does demand for design services fit in there, and what is your outlook?
Well, first and foremost, I think with any sort of challenges or problems, whatever they are, design bottom line is something that is always brought to the table, and that's how problems really are solved, through design in some way, shape, or form. So when we look at things, and certainly with the rise of we have inflation, supply chain. I mean, there's a lot of things happening. Uh, we have some, if a company's expanding, which we still are working with clients that are expanding depending on their line of business. So there's a demand there, or there's companies where they're not sure what to do with maybe their portfolio of real estate, realizing the business that they're in, people are working differently. And things might need to be assessed differently. That's where design comes in, with really leading with strategy first. Design isn't right down to a sort of built environment and something tangible. There's a lot that we're doing right now on the consultancy side that's just, side by side with our clients to really help shepherd, guide, and facilitate them through this process to really understand what they need to do. And it's looking at behaviors of their people, the culture, a lot of different things in how they're working. That's where we're seeing most of the demand right now. And people are we have some clients that are just getting sort of equipped with this. They may not be ready to actually implement and do, but we're getting prepared, which is wonderful. We have more clients coming to us with a longer runway, realizing that this is going to take some time to figure out what we need to do. So they're coming to us earlier in the process, which is wonderful, because then we can really take a purposeful approach to everything to really understand what are some outcomes of this, or what are some possibilities, or what are some things that we really need to pilot right now.
Yeah, interesting stuff. And is there anything else, Deanne, that you would like to touch on before I let you go?
I did have one other thing I'd like to just mention, a couple things before we close here. Back to the recruitment, one thing I forgot to mention, Gensler has a wonderful apprenticeship program. So that's another thing we're doing to recruit talent, incoming talent to the profession. One of the best internship programs I've ever seen in my career is here at Gensler. It's pretty remarkable. So a lot of information is on our website around a lot of those offerings. And then just lastly, I think, really it's the opportunity of now, and it's something, I'm tremendously excited about, with where everything is at right now, and being at a firm like Gensler, knowing the value and impact we can bring to our communities at large. That's just what's really exciting right now. So just eager to bring that to our market and really be a resource to our community and partners.
Well, sounds great. Well, thank you, Deanne, for your time. Hopefully we can stay in touch. Feel free to reach out anytime if you have some
Will do,
project you're
Brian.
working on, or we're always happy to hear from you. So
Excellent.
so thank you, and have a great day, and good luck out there.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you.
Take care.
Goodbye.